Welcome to the English news. Thank you for joining us on Bình Phước Radio, television station and newspaper. We begin with headlines for today. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh starting his official visit to China. Workshop raise awareness about counterfeit goods in Dong Xoai City. Cooperative model in Bình Phước province help accelerate rural economic development. And now are details. The Billionaires Farmers Club in Bình Phước province recently held a workshop to raise awareness among enterprise and household businesses about the fight against counterfeit goods and trademark infringement.
As a highlight of the 6th Bình Phước Farm Produce and Fruit Festival, the workshop drew the participation of experts from the Intellectual Property Association of Ho Chi Minh City, giving local firms and household businesses a deeper insight into brand identity, copyright protection, and intellectual property rights. The event is expected to contribute to the fight against fake and low-quality goods. Within the framework of the workshop, the Billionaire Farmers Club signed a cooperative deal with the Intellectual Property Association of Ho Chi Minh City and the Central for Investment and Trade Promotion and Tourism. They will work together to hold workshops and training courses for club members on intellectual property laws, develop cooperation between domestic and international businessmen, and help local companies branch out their brands.
On a light note now, the Bình Phước Đơn Ca Tài Tử or Southern Folk Music Festival wrapped up recently. The event is promoting traditional cultural values, honoring folk melody, and creating a venue for artisans to exchange experience.
This year's festival, with the theme promoting the values of intangible heritage, drew the participation of 240 artisans from 12 art groups in the province, who delivered 72 stellar performances to the public. The festival was organized with a view to promoting traditional cultural values, honoring folk melodies, and creating venue for artisans to exchange experience. Certificates of merit from the Provincial Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism were presented to 9 Southern folk music clubs. Excellent performances were honored at the closing ceremony. Lộc Ninh District won gold medal for the solo performance, the vọng cổ or nostalgic tunes performance, the musical instrument performance, and the stand-up program.
Cooperatives have made significant contributions to promoting economic restructuring and improving the efficiency of the local rural economy with a wide range of cooperatives applying advanced technology to better engage in value chains.
Local figures reveal that 79 cooperatives have been newly established in Bình Phước province since the 11th Provincial Party Congress. The province is now home to 316 cooperatives. Cooperatives have paid due regard to the development of value chains for their products. Last year, 84 cooperatives were engaged in value chains to improve the value of their farm produce, boost their operations, and improve farmer livelihoods. This will create a premise for sustainable development in Bình Phước agricultural sector.
Continues, we have report on activity by Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh.
The government leader on June 25th morning attended a groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of Ring Road No. 4 in the Hanoi Capital Region and the first phase of Cao Lãnh An Hữu Expressway in the Mekong Delta province of Đồng Tháp. Ring Road No. 4 in the Hanoi Capital Region has a total length of more than 112 kilometers, running through the capital city and neighboring provinces of Hưng Yên and Bắc Ninh. The route has a total investment of more than $3.61 billion, with some $1.2 billion of which funded by the state budget. Meanwhile, the Cao Lãnh An Hữu Expressway has a total length of more than 27 kilometers, connecting the Mekong Delta provinces of Đồng Tháp and Tiền Giang. Speaking at the event, Prime Minister Chinh praised competent quarters for their endeavors in the work of land clearance. Investment in transport infrastructure is a top political task of all localities, ministries, and sectors for the practical benefit of localities and the country, he noted.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh expanded his official visits to China and he will attend important meeting of the new champion of the World Economic Forum and have bilateral meeting with leaders of some country and international organizations.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh arrived in Beijing on June 25th afternoon, starting his official visit to China. The Vietnamese government leader was met at Beijing International Airport by officials of the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Chinese Ambassador to Vietnam Xiong Bo, Vietnamese Ambassador to China Pham Sao Mai, and representatives of the Vietnamese community in the country. Prime Minister Chinh then met with officials of Vietnamese representative agencies and Vietnamese community in China. Praising the Vietnamese community's contributions, Prime Minister Chinh stressed they're really an important bridge for the relationship between the two countries. The visit aimed to concretize guidelines of the two countries' leaders and deepen the good traditional relationship between the two nations, he added.
The USS Ronald Reagan aircraft carrier arrived in Da Nang for the sport call on Sunday, making the third time a U.S. aircraft carrier has visited the country since 2018.
That is the third time a U.S. aircraft carrier has visited Vietnam since 2018. The USS Ronald Reagan carrier's visit marks a special occasion as both nations are celebrating the 10th anniversary of their comprehensive partnership. It arrived with two escort ships, the guided missile cruisers USS Antietam and USS Robert Smalls. During their 5-day stay in Đăng City, the U.S. Navy Convoy Command Group will pay a courtesy visit to leaders of the Municipal People's Committee and the 3rd Naval Region Command. The officers and crew on the U.S. ships will enjoy cultural and professional exchanges, community service projects, sports competitions, and humanitarian activities.
Vietnam exports nearly 131 tons of paper worth $408 million USD in the first 5 months of this year, up 30% in volume but down 12.7% in value year-on-year, according to Vietnam Paper Association (VPA).
Among 131,000 tons of pepper shipped abroad, black pepper was nearly 120,000 tons and the rest was white pepper, according to the Vietnam Paper Association. Pepper exports to Asian market remained a bright spot, reaching nearly 79,000 tons, skyrocketing 77.2% and accounting for nearly 60% of the country's total export turnover of this kind of spice. China was the key market as it imported more than 46,000 tons. Notably, exports to African market experienced a surge of 39%, of which those to Egypt and Senegal shot up 140% and 104% year-on-year, respectively. The American market, meanwhile, recorded a fall of over 13% in the reviewed period, accounting for 18% of the total.
And in our final story, cashless payments are developing rapidly in Vietnam, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic, with transactions via bank averaging 40 billion USD per day, said the State Bank of Vietnam.
The central bank has set a goal of making cashless payments account for half of all transactions by 2025. A more comprehensive, accessible, and secure payment infrastructure will be set up across the nation, making digital payment a preferred mode of transactions for all. The central bank is also drafting a new decree to create a legal framework to promote non-cash payments. According to an SBV report, more than 75% of adults across the country currently have a bank account. Interbank electronic payment transactions increased by about 53% year-on-year in terms of volume in the first 4 months. Payment via QR code had the most impressive growth, with an increase of more than 160% in quantity and 36% in value. Cash withdrawals at ATMs meanwhile continues to decline, down by 3.5% in quantity and 5.5% in value.
That's all for today on Bình Phước Radio Television Station and Newspaper News. Once again, thanks for watching and goodbye for now.